Welcome to Global Pulse. Today is April 3rd, the year 2026. The Middle East faces a total war. Tensions between the United States, Israel, and Iran have reached an unprecedented boiling point, threatening global stability and international economic security immediately. The conflict has rapidly escalated beyond isolated skirmishes, transforming into a massive regional confrontation with devastating consequences for multiple nations involved today. Diplomatic channels are completely frozen as military forces mobilize across the region, preparing for what many experts fear is an inevitable clash. We are witnessing a profound shift in global geopolitics, where every single military action triggers a massive and immediate chain of reactions. In a fiery address today, the Iranian parliament speaker delivered a chilling warning to Washington regarding any potential ground invasion by America. He officially declared that 7 million dedicated Iranian volunteers are currently mobilized and fully prepared to fight against United States ground forces. Streets across Tehran are flooded with massive crowds of citizens chanting patriotic slogans and demonstrating their absolute readiness for a prolonged conflict. Military recruitment centers in Iran report overwhelming numbers of young men and women signing up to defend their nation against foreign intervention. This unprecedented mobilization of 7 million volunteers represents a significant psychological tactic designed to deter American military planners from considering ground operations. Iranian state television continuously broadcasts footage of military parades, showcasing advanced missile systems and highly trained infantry units marching in perfect synchronization. The sheer scale of this civilian mobilization highlights the deeply entrenched nationalistic fervor that Iranian leaders are currently weaponizing against Western adversaries. Western intelligence agencies are closely monitoring these massive gatherings, attempting to verify the actual combat readiness of these newly formed volunteer militias. Despite the immense numbers, military analysts question whether these civilian volunteers possess the necessary training to effectively counter modern American armed forces. However, the message from Tehran remains absolutely clear. Any foreign military boots on Iranian soil will face an overwhelming and relentless resistance. Moving beyond mere rhetoric, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has already initiated direct kinetic military actions against American interests in the region. The IRGC officially claimed responsibility for a series of coordinated drone and missile strikes targeting industrial facilities within the United Arab Emirates. Simultaneously, similar devastating attacks were launched against strategic industrial zones located in Bahrain, specifically targeting operations with deep ties to American corporations. Massive plumes of thick black smoke can be seen rising over key industrial complexes, creating panic among local workers and international investors. These precision strikes clearly demonstrate Iran's capability to project military power across the Persian Gulf, threatening critical economic hubs of U.S. allies. Emergency response teams in both the UAE and Bahrain are struggling to contain massive fires triggered by the unexpected barrage of explosives. The targeted facilities were reportedly vital nodes in the global supply chain, causing immediate disruptions in international trade and regional economic stability. By attacking these specific locations, Iran is sending a powerful message that American corporate interests are no longer safe in the Gulf. Regional security forces have been placed on maximum alert, deploying advanced air defense systems to protect remaining industrial infrastructure from further bombardment. This aggressive expansion of the conflict into neighboring sovereign territories marks a dangerous new phase in the ongoing Middle Eastern military crisis. Perhaps the most alarming development in these recent attacks is the severe collateral damage inflicted upon critical global technology and data infrastructure. Major Amazon data centers located in both Bahrain and the UAE suffered extensive structural damage during the intense overnight Iranian missile bombardments. These massive server farms are crucial for hosting countless regional corporate operations, government databases, and essential international cloud computing services and networks. The destruction of these high-tech facilities has sparked widespread internet outages and severe data access issues across the entire Middle East. Financial markets reacted violently to this news as investors suddenly realized the physical vulnerability of the digital economy in modern warfare zones. Cybersecurity experts warned that the physical destruction of data centers could lead to catastrophic permanent data loss for many regional business enterprises. Amazon engineers are frantically attempting to reroute critical network traffic through alternative global servers, but the digital congestion remains incredibly severe today. This incident dramatically highlights how modern geopolitical conflicts can instantly cripple the invisible digital infrastructure that powers our deeply interconnected global economy. Governments worldwide are now urgently reassessing the physical security protocols surrounding their own domestic data centers in light of these devastating attacks. The deliberate targeting of technology hubs suggests a calculated strategy to inflict maximum economic pain alongside traditional military and political strategic objectives. Meanwhile, inside Iran, a horrific tragedy has unfolded following an alleged joint military operation conducted by United States and Israeli air forces. A massive, vital transportation bridge located just outside the capital city of Tehran was completely destroyed in a devastating nighttime precision airstrike. The catastrophic collapse of the concrete structure occurred during peak traffic hours, sending dozens of civilian vehicles plunging into the dark valley. Local medical authorities are reporting over 100 tragic civilian casualties, with rescue operations continuing desperately through the chaotic and bloody night. Heartbreaking footage from the scene shows brave emergency workers pulling trapped survivors from the twisted metal wreckage of crushed cars and trucks. The Iranian government immediately condemned the strike as a brutal war crime, accusing Washington and Jerusalem of deliberately targeting innocent civilian populations. This crucial logistical artery and its destruction severely hampers civilian transportation and essential supply deliveries into the bustling capital. Hospitals in Tehran are completely overwhelmed by the sudden influx of critically injured patients requiring immediate trauma surgery and intensive medical care. The international community has expressed profound shock and deep concern over the rapidly mounting civilian death toll in this escalating regional conflict. Funerals for the victims are already turning into massive anti-American protests, further fueling the intense flames of hatred and regional instability. Adding to the immense confusion and chaos, conflicting reports have emerged regarding a significant aerial engagement over highly contested Iranian airspace today. The Iranian military proudly announced that their advanced air defense systems successfully tracked and shot down an invading hostile fighter jet aircraft. State media broadcasted grainy footage of a burning object falling from the sky, claiming it was an advanced American stealth fighter plane. However, the United States Pentagon quickly issued a strong official statement categorically denying the loss of any American aircraft in the region. American military spokespersons insisted that all coalition aircraft safely returned to their respective bases following the completion of their designated combat missions. Independent military analysts are currently scrutinizing the provided video evidence, attempting to identify the specific make and model of the burning wreckage. Some experts suggest the downed aircraft might actually be an advanced surveillance drone rather than a manned tactical fighter jet, as claimed. This ongoing war of information makes it incredibly difficult to ascertain the absolute truth amidst the dense fog of modern military combat. Regardless of the truth, the Iranian regime is utilizing this claimed victory to significantly boost the morale of their armed domestic forces. The incident underscores the highly dangerous and volatile nature of the airspace over the Middle East, where a single miscalculation proves fatal. Due to the rapidly deteriorating security situation, the United States State Department has issued an urgent evacuation order for citizens in Iraq. heavily armed military convoys are currently escorting terrified American diplomats and civilian contractors toward the highly fortified international airport in Baghdad today. Military transport helicopters can be seen constantly ferrying personnel from the sprawling embassy compound, reminiscent of historical emergency evacuations from conflict zones. The streets of Baghdad remain incredibly tense, with heavily armed local militias closely monitoring the hasty departure of all American civilian personnel. Families of the evacuated personnel wait anxiously back home, watching continuous news updates and praying for the safe return of their loved ones. This massive logistical operation requires extensive coordination between various military branches to ensure the absolute safety of every single departing American citizen. The complete withdrawal of non-essential personnel signals Washington's grim anticipation of a prolonged and intensely violent regional conflict in the area. Neighboring countries are also quietly advising their own citizens to leave the immediate conflict zones, fearing a sudden and uncontrollable geographic spillover. Commercial airlines have completely suspended all flights over the affected regions, forcing massive rerouting of global air traffic and causing extreme delays. The sudden exodus of international workers is creating a massive vacuum, further destabilizing the already fragile local economies of these war zones. Amidst this unprecedented external pressure, severe internal political instability is also deeply threatening the core foundation of the Iranian Islamic political regime. Unverified but persistent rumors are rapidly circulating regarding a sudden and severe decline in the physical health of Iran's powerful supreme leader. State television has unusually interrupted regular programming to broadcast historical religious sermons, sparking intense speculation about a potential hidden leadership crisis today. Streets around the main government complexes in Tehran are unusually quiet, heavily guarded by elite security forces anticipating potential civil public unrest. If the supreme leader is indeed incapacitated, it could trigger a vicious internal power struggle within the highest ranks of the government. Hardline military commanders might attempt to seize absolute control, potentially leading to even more aggressive and unpredictable foreign policy decisions moving forward. Western intelligence agencies are working around the clock, analyzing every available piece of intercepted communication to uncover the truth behind these rumors. The Iranian diaspora is watching these developments closely, hoping that internal fractures might eventually lead to significant democratic reforms within their homeland. However, the immediate reality remains extremely grim, as a leadership vacuum during a major war could easily lead to catastrophic national collapse. The entire world holds its collective breath, waiting to see how this mysterious internal political drama will unfold in the coming days. Meanwhile, in Washington, the administration of President Trump is reportedly finalizing highly complex and unprecedented military contingency plans for the Middle East. Top-secret Pentagon briefings suggest the development of a daring special operations mission aimed directly at the heart of Iran's nuclear program. The primary objective of this proposed operation is the physical seizure and complete removal of highly enriched uranium from heavily fortified bunkers. Military planners are utilizing advanced satellite imagery and artificial intelligence to map out the intricate underground tunnel networks protecting these nuclear materials. Elite Special Forces units are allegedly conducting intense rehearsal drills in classified desert training facilities that mimic the harsh Iranian geographic terrain. Executing such a mission would require absolute precision, involving stealth aircraft, advanced bunker-busting munitions, and highly coordinated ground extraction tactical teams. The inherent risks of this operation are astronomical, as any failure could result in massive American casualties and a catastrophic radioactive disaster. However, the administration firmly believes that neutralizing Iran's nuclear capability is absolutely essential for ensuring long-term global security and regional stability. Diplomatic allies have been quietly briefed on these potential plans, receiving mixed reactions ranging from cautious support to deep and profound anxiety. The world is now acutely aware that the United States possesses both the capability and the political will to execute this strike. Despite the raging international crisis, significant domestic political battles continue to dominate the deeply divided national conversation back home in the States. A major constitutional debate has erupted over proposed executive orders aimed at fundamentally altering the long-standing laws regarding birthright American citizenship. Protests and counter-protests are erupting outside federal courthouses across the nation, highlighting the deep ideological fractures within the modern American public. Legal scholars are fiercely debating the constitutional validity of these proposed changes, preparing for a lengthy and bitter battle in the courts. Simultaneously, Congress is locked in a bitter partisan struggle over a massive proposed budget increase for the Department of Homeland Security operations. The administration argues these extra funds are desperately needed to secure the national borders against potential terrorist infiltrations during this global crisis. Visuals of heavily fortified border crossings and expanded detention facilities dominate the evening news, blending domestic security fears with international war anxieties. Critics argue that the budget increase is a political maneuver designed to distract the public from the mounting casualties overseas in Iran. This intense domestic polarization makes it increasingly difficult for the government to maintain a unified national front during a time of war. The intersection of foreign military conflict and intense domestic political strife is creating an atmosphere of unprecedented national anxiety and deep uncertainty. In a surreal juxtaposition to the global chaos, news also broke today regarding the official architectural plans for the Trump Presidential Library. Lavish digital renderings reveal a massive, gilded structure designed to monumentally commemorate the numerous achievements of his highly controversial political administrative legacy. Supporters are already organizing massive fundraising galas, viewing the library as a crucial cultural institution for preserving their specific conservative political movement. The announcement was made during a massive political rally where roaring crowds cheered enthusiastically amidst a sea of patriotic red, white, and blue. Critics, however, view the timing of this grand announcement as highly inappropriate given the severe ongoing military and economic crises happening globally. This stark contrast between monumental domestic vanity projects and international bloodshed perfectly encapsulates the bizarre and chaotic nature of our current era. News networks are struggling to balance their coverage between the grim realities of war and the spectacular theater of modern American politics. The proposed library project will undoubtedly become yet another highly contested cultural battleground in the deeply divided landscape of modern American society. As construction plans move forward, historians are already fiercely debating how this turbulent period will ultimately be recorded and remembered by posterity. The library will stand as a permanent physical testament to an era defined by extreme political polarization and unprecedented global military conflict. As we conclude tonight's comprehensive broadcast, the situation in the Middle East remains incredibly fluid, highly dangerous, and completely unpredictable for everyone. The devastating combination of massive military strikes, crippled technological infrastructure, and deep political instability has pushed the world into truly uncharted territory. Global energy markets are experiencing unprecedented volatility, with oil prices skyrocketing and threatening to plunge the entire global economy into a recession. Millions of innocent civilians remain caught in the deadly crossfire, their lives forever altered by the ruthless geopolitical games of powerful nations. The coming days will be absolutely critical in determining whether diplomacy can miraculously prevail or if total regional war is completely unavoidable. We will continue to monitor these rapidly developing stories, bringing you the most accurate and timely information available from around the globe. Thank you for watching Global Pulse tonight. Stay safe, stay informed, and we will see you again tomorrow for another vital update.